Good morning, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. We are in the kitchen this morning with one of the most popular chefs here in Western Washington, and it's been a bit since he's been here last. So he's known for his spots like Sea Star and John Howie Steak. So of course, here is Chef John Howie. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Amity. Glad to be here.
I am so glad to start cooking because everything smells fantastic, and I'm your is that a sous chef? If I'm
sous chef,
I'm
that's
your
correct.
sous chef today. Yes. So what are we making today?
Well, we are making a couple items from our new menu at the Beardslee Public House. So Beardslee Public House used to be kind of burgers and pizzas, and we decided to mix it up and add a bunch of new stuff. So we're going to make jambalaya. It's a classic New Orleans style jambalaya too. So you're going to start by putting the butter in here. We're going to make sure that this butter gets a little bit browned.
Okay.
And there it goes. So that's good.
Ooh, nice and hot that pan.
Yeah,
You just let it there, and that's like half a stick of butter right there.
Not quite, but close. But this is for like 2 full entrees too.
Of course. Listen, I'm not judging the butter, John.
Butter always makes things better, doesn't it?
That should be on my license plate, honestly.
So with Cajun or Creole cooking, you're looking for, you see how it's starting to brown around the edges here?
Yes.
That's so important because it gives you kind of a nutty flavor that's really wonderful. And you got to have that in the Creole cooking. So we're getting that browning. So you've pre-seasoned some chicken for me.
I did.
Go ahead and throw that in there. We're going to put you to work here. My sous chef, careful, just get it down close and you'll just be able to, it won't splatter at you.
John, you're never hiring me. That's all right.
You know what? Right now, we just might.
Okay. All right.
Everybody in this industry is looking for people right now.
Really?
So you do well today, and you might know.
All right. You know what?
Your next career.
I'll be there every weekend, sir.
There you go. Yeah, you're working Mondays to Friday now, right?
Yeah, I could totally. Yeah,
Perfect.
I can come in on the
Weekends
weekends.
are good. We need weekend people.
Awesome.
So we're going to let this just lightly brown, and then we're going to add in the shrimp.
Okay.
And we're not going to add it quite yet because we're going to turn this chicken over in a second. Let's talk about the sauce.
Yes.
So
what is in this sauce?
pretty much everything on the table here is in the sauce. And people are looking at this going, well, what's that? That is a Cajun seasoned slice of ham. It's called tasso. Ooh. And that's in the sauce. And then there's andouille sausage, which is a classic Louisiana sausage. So those are chopped in the sauce with tomatoes and bell peppers and celery and onions. And all that adds up to make for just a wonderful sauce. Okay, see that beautiful browning there?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Let's throw those shrimp in there and give them a few seconds.
All righty, here we go.
Go ahead.
Here we go, shrimpies.
Yeah, move those around so they get
nice and
cooked.
pink, right?
Yeah, well, we're going to let them, we're going to get the sauce in there before they start to get too pink.
Quick question from one sous chef to a head chef. Why do you leave the tails on the shrimp? Is that just because it's a Cajun thing, or is it do anything for the flavor?
It adds a little bit of flavor. When you make shrimp stock, you make it from the shell entirely.
Got it.
So sometimes even the heads of the shrimp to make shrimp stock. And so there is a little flavor there, but it also just makes for a very nice look to it. I know that some people say, take the tails off. I'd rather just eat the whole darn shrimp, right?
I'm not embarrassed. I will sit there and pull the tails out of my mouth, no problem.
All right, well, let's throw the sauce in here next. We're going to let that get going.
I am really, really excited to see how the andouille. Is it real spicy, your andouille?
No, it's not terribly spicy.
Okay.
So the spice that we had on the chicken was pretty spicy, though. So that
and what was that spice?
So that's a Cajun spice. It's on the recipe that we gave you that people can get. Are they getting that on the website, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, perfect.
You're going to take my job.
And so we're getting that sauce going. Now we're going to add this rice. This rice has been pre-cooked.
All right.
So it's what we call our Cajun rice, and it's got peppers and onion and some more Cajun seasonings in there because we got to get this a little spicy. And when this begins to boil, you go ahead and throw all that rice in there to spread it around.
Okay, right now?
Sure.
Okay.
Perfect. And we'll
I'm a rule follower, you can see here. I need to be told.
I think you're doing well.
Okay, thank you.
So.
That's already looking fantastic. So in the rice, there's a little bit of bell pepper, a little bit of celery.
And a little bit of onion and Cajun seasonings, and we bake that rice. So it's completely cooked right now.
You bake the rice?
Yeah, it's actually pretty, it's done very well that way, and it comes out very consistent.
Oh.
So we put it into a pan with some hot stock, bake it for about 25 minutes, pull it out, and then we can hold it so that when we do make this to order, like we're doing today, you can very quickly get that going.
Woo.
Now, you're going to do this part too?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. My grandma just bought me this dress, so I think.
It's probably safe to not do that.
All right.
Okay, so now we're going to let this just sit here for a few seconds.
Perfect.
And while we're doing that,
Tell me about this over
show you
here.
a couple of the other items that we're doing. So these are a couple fun new appetizers that we're doing at Beardslee Public House too. And I don't know if you know this, but at the Beardslee Public House we have a 10-barrel brewery too.
I did not know this.
So we brew all our own beer as well, and it's wonderful. Might be a little hard to take that off of there because.
Well, that's okay. I got it.
And this is a sweet potato hummus. So it's got some of the classic flavors of the hummus. So there's some cumin in there and some lemon and a little bit of garlic. But it's sweet potato, and so it's actually kind of fun. It's very different than just the regular hummus, which is made from chickpeas. It's got a lot of flavor to it.
I like that better than regular hummus.
You know,
No offense to the chickpea, but
you're not the first one to say that.
that is so good.
Isn't that tasty? Yeah.
I'm here for that.
And then these are quinoa cakes.
Okay.
And so they are made with quinoa and some cheese inside there. And then they're sitting on a romesco sauce. And a romesco sauce is a sauce made from roasted peppers, tomato, and almond.
Okay.
And then on top of it, some avocado with some onion and lime. And they're really very fun. And if you're welcome to try that as well.
I was just going to ask you, I heard a lot about your coconut cream pie, which I have never had, which I really want to have. But Susie, it's a favorite for Susie, but not just Susie, but Michael Bennett as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, Michael, when he was here as a Seahawk, would come in all the time and order that. And sometimes he'd even come and just take it home. And then one night, we had an auction that he was doing for one of the charitable organizations that he was working with.
Right.
And
That's him backstage at New Day eating pie.
There you go. And Michael went upstage, and we had a bunch of small pies that we were doing, and auctioning them off. And it wasn't getting quite what he thought it should get, so he went up there and said, okay, here's the deal. If you buy the pies tonight, I'm going to have Marshawn Lynch deliver them to your table.
Oh!
And of course that worked great.
Awesome.
Marshawn played along, and it was really a nice item for the...
This is amazing, by the way.
Isn't that tasty? Lots of great flavors.
I love that.
And then
that one's mine.
And then on top of that is also there's some herb-crusted almonds on there too.
Oh, I was wondering what those were.
Now we're just going to take and start throwing this into the pan or into the plate.
Gosh, it's so pretty.
This is a couple orders worth, and then you're going to get to garnish the top.
Oh,
so
I'm
we
good.
garnish
I like
the
to
top
decorate.
with the green onions.
Okay.
We've just very thinly sliced those, just right in the top, right in the center.
Just right in the center, like.
Yeah. Oh, sous chef perfection.
So I start 9 a.m. on Saturday?
We kind of need you there about 7, but if...
Woo! Okay, I'll be there. All right.
Careful though, this is going to be hot, so...
All right. I won't burn my mouth too much, but Chef John, I am so excited that I got to meet you today, that you came in.
Very nice to meet you as well, and glad we could get back on and have some fun on New Day.
Dude. Don't tell my dad, but this is the best jambalaya I've ever had.
Well, your dad's not from Louisiana, is he?
No,
Then
he's
that's
from
okay.
Canada, but he fancies himself pretty good at it. Thank you so much, Chef.
My pleasure.
And Chef John has shared his jambalaya recipe with us, and you can find it on New Day's website. But honestly, treat yourself. Go get this at a restaurant.
I'm going to give you one more thing.
Oh, yeah?
Our fried chicken that we just put on the menu at Beardslee, there isn't anything better out there. Buttermilk fried chicken, completely boneless, cooked to order every time. So fresh straight out of the fryer, it is awesome. Well, it's got mashed potatoes and a little brown gravy. It's
Stop. All right,
really
I might
tasty.
get to eat this first.